Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Bhad Bhabie and DMX are working together? And Big Sean just got spotted with his ex, Ariana Grande. Plus, T-Pain says if he was 6'9", he would have snitched too. Let's talk hip-hop. This is weird, right? Because Bhad Bhabie has a new song out. It's called Bestie, right? And in the song, she's got Kodak Black, right? Which Kodak Black has been messing with Bhad Bhabie since like she first started rapping, right? So Bhad Bhabie is Catch Me Outside, how about that? Just for like the people who don't know. Daniel Bergoli, or whatever her last name is, you know, from Dr. Phil, she became real popular. She has a certain look. And so Atlantic Records signed her and they're feeding her hits, right? She got this one song called These Hoes, which is not too bad actually. But I can't see myself like riding around, you know, in the hood listening to Bhad Bhabie. I can see myself riding around in the hood listening to DMX though. So, you know, I don't know. This is just weird. But I don't think that DMX is going to be like on a song with Bhad Bhabie, but he's definitely going to be in her video, right? So I think the whole concept of the video is like a horror story and like basically she's like running through, you know, killing a bunch of zombies or whatever the case may be. Ghosts, demons, you know, dogs, zombies, whatever. And I think that DMX is probably going to be like one of the ultimate, you know, demons or ghosts or monsters or whatever that she has to like fight. So, you know, I think that's why DMX is working with her even in the video, man. Like, I hope so, because this is weird, right? You know, before DMX got locked up, he was like talking a lot of stuff about Drake, saying, you know, Drake is soft, Drake is fake. But I see where DMX was coming from, because he had like that old school mentality. Like if you had rappers that would like sing or show their feelings or, you know, just be any kind of vulnerable, they were looked at as soft, right? But the whole hip hop game is completely different now, right? Like Drake is the man, right? I could see DMX like on songs with maybe like Rick Ross. I could see him working with Drake. You know, I can see that. You know, just somebody that would fit his sound. I could see DMX rocking out with like a Boosie, you know, or Kodak Black, you know, because they both crazy. Like Kodak Black kind of reminds me of like ODB a little bit, but DMX has a little ODB in him. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a good combo. Him, you know, rapping or even like aligning herself with like a Bhad Bhabie though is just like so strange, because when I think about Bhad Bhabie, you know, I know that she don't write her own rhymes. I think like there's writers at Atlantic that write her rhymes, and now that Cardi B got, you know, Partisan Fontaine signed to Atlantic Records too, I'm sure that that dude is probably helping out with, you know, Bhad Bhabie's rhymes, you know. So I see DMX with more like a DMX and Casanova song will be ill. When Bobby Shmurda comes out, a DMX and Bobby Shmurda joint will be ill. Like keep it East Coast, keep it New York. Even DMX and 6ix9ine, you know, before 6ix9ine got locked up, because they both was on that like screaming in the streets, hardcore gangster kind of rap, you know. So I don't know, it's just like a weird combo, but we're gonna see what happens, yo. I just don't want DMX to get like too caught up in like just getting the check and getting money and, you know, hanging out with like teeny bopper rappers. Like there ain't even that many teeny bopper rappers out there. I mean, it's like when I think of Bhad Bhabie, I think of like One Direction. You feel me? Like I don't know. Am I playing her? Am I wilding? Like she was just some chick from Florida that was mouthing off with at her mom, who ended up getting famous. Like, you know, she didn't put out a demo tape, nothing. Like she didn't go through the ranks, you know. It wasn't hard for her to be signed. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at her completely different than I'm looking at any other rapper, really, you know. So I don't know, man. For the first time that DMX, you know, once he gets out of jail, for the first time for him to like step into music and do a cameo in somebody's music video, he doesn't jump into like a Swiss Beats music video with Nas or something like that, Echo. You know, he's not jumping into like, yo, let me go find Q-Tip somewhere. Like my dude is with Bhad Bhabie. So, but I don't know. It's just weird, but we're gonna see what happens. Let me know what y'all think about this. So, yo, we got Ariana Grande and Big Sean like all cozy up in the car, chilling. Now, for those that don't know, right, Ariana Grande, like when she first, like after like Victorious and all like that Nickelodeon stuff that she was on, when she first like became a grown adult ass woman, she was dating Big Sean, you know, and that really is what like made like the hip hop community and like the culture really accept Ariana Grande. Like, so now she got, you know, mad songs with a bunch of rappers, you know, Mac Miller, Nicki Minaj. Like, we accept her as like one of us, like one of the people that's within the culture. But that all comes from Big Sean, because she got that major Big Sean cosign. And when she did, we was like, all right, you know, we check out her music. Plus, she came out with a couple of good songs, right? So she was with Big Sean first, like years ago, right? Big Sean, well, first Big Sean was with that chick from Glee, right? Some actress chick. Now she's like married, got a kid or whatever like that with somebody else. Then Big Sean was with Ariana Grande. Then they broke up quietly. Then Big Sean, I think like he went and got another girl, but like the chick wasn't famous and nothing like that. And ever since then, Big Sean has just been kind of chilling, right? But Ariana Grande, she then went and got with Mac Miller. Then they broke up. Then she got with the dude from Saturday Night Live, right? But then Mac Miller passed away. You know, she broke up with that other dude from Saturday Night Live. And now, you know, I guess she's back with Big Sean. I don't know if they together or if they working together, right? But, you know, whatever they doing, thank God they together, right? Because it's like Big Sean, I look at him as like somebody who lyrically is up there, okay? Keyword lyrically is up there with like your Kendricks, your J. Cole's. I'm not saying that his story is the same as them. I'm not saying that he's as influential as them. I'm not saying he's as good or even better than them, right? I'm just saying lyrically, like bar for bar, as far as your skill set goes, Big Sean is up there with them, right? But it's like Big Sean like kind of stopped doing music a little while ago. Like, he hasn't dropped an album in like a couple years, and I really want like a new Big Sean project, right? So for him to be in the studio working, right? And he's working with Ariana Grande, who he worked on his last project. I think that this should be good, man. Hopefully she put some fire up under his ass or something and been like, yo, man, like, what are you doing? Like, get back out there. You feel me? Now, Big Sean is signed to Kanye's record label, Good Music, right? So maybe it's an issue with the record label. We all know Kanye been out here acting crazy. For Designer, who is also signed to Kanye's record label, for Designer to come out and do a little video saying that, yo, Kanye is crazy, right? And then for Designer to say it again when he was doing that Tatiana freestyle, I'm crazy like Kanye, then you know, like, Kanye's not really seeing eye to eye with his artists, right? But even though he's not seeing eye to eye with like all his artists, in the summertime, Kanye did have Designer come out with a 7-song album, just like, you know, even he wasn't even seeing eye to eye with Tiana Taylor like that, but she still came out with the 777 too. You feel me? So it's just weird, like, Big Sean did not come out with no 777 song album, nothing like that. But then again, you can't just listen to a 7-song Big Sean album. You need like a whole body of work. I think you can't listen to a 7-song Pusha T album. To be honest with you, that you need a whole body of work from him too. But for Pusha T, it was short, it was sweet, it was to the point, it was good. You know, he even came out with, Nas even came out with a 7-song album, which was okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Maybe, you know, Big Sean's really not seeing eye to eye with Kanye, but hopefully they get something going, because we need new Big Sean music now. I mean, like, he's worse than Lil Uzi Vert. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? Yo, look, I don't know if y'all watch The Masked Singer, right? So it's hip hop, but it's really more like TV, you know, reality TV, right? But The Masked Singer, the whole concept is there's a singer, you know, a bunch of different singers, right? And it's like an elimination process, right? And so they have like on these big, like elaborate costumes, a mask, whatever it is, right? and they, you know, perform like the whole season, and then the judges and the audience and everybody, like, they try to guess who is the masked singer, like who is the person under the mask, right? So there's a rapper, right, that ended up getting all the way to the end and actually winning Masked Singer. So it turns out like that big blue monster is T-Pain. Yo, that's crazy, right? Like, so T-Pain is there singing and everything. Like, a lot of people only thought that he could sing with auto-tune, because originally T-Pain started out as a rapper. Then he was like, you know, I'm gonna just sing this and I'm gonna do my thing, right? So people didn't really know or think that he could even really sing like that, but he can. And he showed y'all he can. But I done seen like mad videos of like T-Pain like singing like straight acapella, no auto-tune, using like acoustic instruments and everything like that on YouTube before. So like, I know he could sing, but I did not know that was him, right? So it's crazy because the record labels, they got everything like down to a perfect science, like as far as like timing and everything goes like that. So this happened yesterday, that they revealed that, you know, T-Pain won. And they revealed, boom, that T-Pain is the Masked Singer, that big blue monster thing, right? And also yesterday, well, I guess they did it on purpose like that, because people usually drop their albums on a Friday, right? But yesterday, guess who dropped the album? T-Pain, right? So he dropped the album called One Up, right? Which, you know, it's cool. I listened to a few songs off of it already. He got that song, Get Your Roll On, with Tory Lanez on there. Lil Wayne's on it, Boosie's on it, you know, so it's a pretty dope album. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, and I am. So, you know, after I listen to the whole thing, I'll come back and let y'all know like everything that I think about the album. But, you know, this week we had Gunna drop, Offset drop, Lil Pump, and T-Pain. So it's like mad albums that I gotta listen to, right? I still listen to Gunna, and I gotta finish listening to T-Pain, right? But since he dropped that album, he did an interview with Big Boy in a neighborhood on the West Coast yesterday, and Big Boy pretty much asked him, and I don't know why, you know, Big Boy asked him about this, but, you know, I guess, you know, 6ix9ine is like a real popular person, right? So everybody wants to know what you think about 6ix9ine, what I think about 6ix9ine. You know, I'm sure like when DMX sits down and do an interview on the Breakfast Club, they're gonna ask him, yo, DMX, what do you think about 6ix9ine? You know, like they asking everybody about 6ix9ine. So they asked T-Pain about 6ix9ine, right? And T-Pain said, you know, and this is quote unquote, right? He said, this is gonna sound bad, but if I was 6ix9ine, I would have snitched so hard too. You know, like I would have snitched hard. He was like, why would I be loyal to some dudes that I only known for 2.5 years, right? And then T-Pain went further on to say that he has a whole daughter. Talking about 6ix9ine, he was like, 6ix9ine has a whole daughter that he got to go home to. And a lot of people say that, well, then he should have been thinking about his daughter when he decided to do all of that stuff. But T-Pain was like, he probably was thinking about his daughter. That's why he was doing all that. That's why he was out there, you know, trying to, you know, get money and doing all this, trying to reach the next level in his career and using that gang shit to kind of fuel that, right? And then he said for him to have known these guys for 2 or 3 years and be loyal to them for the rest of your life, to where you're going to be sitting in prison for like 40 some odd years, just doesn't make sense to him, right? And I mean, I don't get it. Like, so why, for me, look, T-Pain is not a gangster, right? So if you're gonna ask T-Pain, who is a civilian, about gangster life, of course he's gonna have a different opinion and a different saying and a different way of even looking at it, right? I'm not no gangster either. I'm not out here gangbanging, right? But if it was me, if it was Johnny Fastlane, I wouldn't snitch on nobody. You know why? Not because of them, not so I could be loyal to them. And I'm so sorry about my daughter and the way that things happened, but I was involved with them, because if I wasn't involved with them, then I wouldn't get any time. If I wasn't involved with them, then at least I wouldn't get that much time. You know, they wouldn't have so much evidence on me, right? So it is true that I really was involved with them, right? And if I am, then I got to pay the consequences, right? I gotta pay the piper, right? So what T-Pain is almost promoting here is like he's promoting, you throw a rock and you run, right? You can do whatever it is. You can wild out. You can reap the benefits of having all these bloods behind you. You can get people robbed or shot at and make mad money and glorify gang culture, right? But when it comes time to pay consequences for those things, it's okay for you to slide out and not do it and not pay the consequences. I'm no gangbanger, right? I'm no gang member. So of course I wouldn't end up even in that situation. But if I were to end up in that situation, even if I wasn't cool with Shotty, even if Shotty tried to, you know, sleep with my baby moms, even if Mel Murder and Shotty and Crippy and Ish and everybody said I'ma feed him when he goes to the casino and try to kill me, I still wouldn't tell. You know why? Not because I'm trying to save them, not because I want to see them get less time, not because I love them and I care about them and no, it has nothing to do with that. I would not tell because I'm a grown man. I know that I have to pay the consequences for something that I've done. I know that I was involved in all this stupidity. So now they got me. And now I gotta sit here and do what I gotta do. But it's okay for you to, according to T-Pain, it's okay for you to throw a rock and then hide your hand and act like you ain't do it. And not only to act like you ain't do it because nobody wants to get caught, but to say he did it, he's the one that threw the rock. That's messed up, bro. Then just don't throw rocks. You know? So I think that the whole situation is sad. Again, I wish that 6ix9ine was not locked up. I really did like 6ix9ine as a rapper. 6ix9ine is from my city. You know what I'm saying? His music was good. He was reminiscent of DMX, but you cannot be out here telling, and there's nothing that anybody's gonna say to make me think that, okay, yeah, you know what, that is good. You know what, I think that he should have told, or whatever the case may be. Instead of him telling, he should have tried to separate himself from them, you know, a while before they got picked up all together. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, before it got too late. But 6ix9ine is smart. He is smart. So he thought he could outsmart them. He thought that he could just, you know, ride the wave and kind of do what he do. But ended up getting caught up like a lot of people end up doing. So now, he's using his smarts and his wits to slide on out of this thing. And for him to slide on out of it, you know, do what you do. That's what you do. You got to live with that, and that's you. But other rappers out here saying that, hell yeah, I would have snitched too, is crazy. Like, when does a rapper ever admit that I would have snitched? You know what I'm saying? Like, what twilight zone are we living in right now where it's okay for another rapper to say, I would have snitched too? Shit. You know, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, that's crazy. And 6ix9ine had a lot to do with it. A lot to do with it. Believe it or not. You know? But anyway, so then TMZ caught up with T-Pain, right? And they asked him, like, yo, what do you think about everything that's been going on with like Soulja Boy, and Soulja Boy saying that I started all, you know, all this, and there's all these rappers are my sons, you know? And T-Pain was like, Soulja Boy is the GOAT. T-Pain was like, straight up says, Soulja Boy is the greatest of all time, you know, because really and truly, every single time he says something or he does something, the internet like reacts like crazy. And I mean, yeah, I see it. Soulja Boy is one of the greatest, you know, and he definitely knows how to manipulate the internet. Like, you know how I could lift my arm up and put it back down, or put my hands up and then put them back down. Like, I can manipulate my own body. I know how to use my own body. Well, Soulja Boy knows how to use the internet as easy as I'm going like this, you know? So yeah, man, you know, that does take some kind of talent and some kind of insight for you to be able to see and predict what the internet's gonna do. So I see why T-Pain is saying that. Plus, you know, Soulja Boy did start a lot of this stuff, and a lot of people's whole rollout, their whole, you know, concept, their whole everything is based off of something that Soulja Boy did like over 10 years ago. So I see that. And then, you know, T-Pain went on to say that the only other person that's like the GOAT, you know, more than Soulja Boy is, would have to be Jay-Z, right? And that is absolutely true. Like, Jay-Z is the GOAT for real. He's like, you know, he's been helping people out with their financial issues, you know, paying for lawyers for 21 Savage, helping Lil Wayne out with his taxes, Meek Mill with his taxes and with lawyer fees and all that stuff like that. So different things like that, right? So we all do know that Jay-Z is absolutely the GOAT, right? Number one, the greatest rapper ever, right? Number two is debatable. T-Pain's number two is Soulja Boy. My number two is DMX. You know, some other people's number two might be Skinny from the Nine or something like that. I don't know. But let me know what y'all think about all this in the comments down below. Make sure you like, you comment, you share, you subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on everything that's Instagram and Twitter, JONNY Fastlane. There's no H in Jonny Fastlane, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.